Good morning, everybody. We will start the next lesson, that is aversion. Aversion is also a form of immediate inference. Like on conversion, aversion is also an immediate form of inference. Here, this conclusion is drawn from one premise only. For example, all men are honest. No men are non-honest. This is called avertent and this is averse. In aversion, the premise of this aversion is known as avertent and the conclusion of aversion is known as averse. Here, the subject of the averse is same as the avertent and the predicate of averse is the contradictory of the avertent. Now, the meaning remains same. All men are honest is the same. No men are non-honest. It's equivalent with meaning. Now, we have to just discuss the rules of aversion. What is the rule? First, rule 1. The first rule is the subject of the subject of the averse is same as the avertent and the predicate of the averse is the contradictory of the avertent. You see, the subject, the averse, here is the main, is same as the avertent and the predicate of the averse is the contradictory of the predicate of the avertent. Here the predicate of avertent is honest and the predicate of the averse is non-honest. Thus, non-honest is the contradictory of the term honest. This is rule 1, the first rule. The second rule is regarding the quantity. Rule 2, the second rule, the quantity of the averse is same as the avertent. The quantity of the averse is same as the avertent. If the avertent is universal, averse is also universal. If avertent is particular, the averse is also particular. If avertent is particular, the averse is also particular. If avertent is universal, the averse is also universal. This is about the quantity. The next rule is, third rule is, the quality of the averse is the opposite of the avertent. The quality of the obverse is the opposite of the obvertent. Here, the quality of obvertent is affirmative and the quality of obverse is negative. If the quality of obvertent is negative, the obverse becomes affirmative. If obverse is affirmative, obvertent is affirmative, the obverse is negative. If obvertent is negative, the obverse must be affirmative. Regarding the quality. Then the last rule is no term can be distributed in the obverse unless it is distributed in the obvertent. This rule is like the conversion rule. No term can be distributed in the obverse unless it is distributed in the obvertent. Here, a proposition, this is all men are modal, this is universal affirmative proposition, that is a proposition, and no men are non-est, this is an e proposition, universal negative proposition. This is a proposition by universal affirmative proposition distribute subject only. Universal negative proposition by e proposition distribute both subject and predicate term. Here, the term in the obverse, the term man is distributed, and the same main term is also distributed in the obvertent. And here non-honest term is distributed, but honest term is different from the non-honest. So this is not there. Here the rule of aversion is not violated. Therefore, the aversion of A becomes E. This is all about the rules of this aversion. We have to find out or make an exercise of the aversion of A, E, I, O propositions. We are having 4 types of proposition regarding the quality and quantity. A, E, I, O, 4 types of propositions that we have to just work out what are the aversion of this A, E, I, O. First of A. A means universal affirmative propositions. A is the universal affirmative proposition. A proposition. All S is P. It is potent. This is obverse. E. No S is non-P. All boys are rich. No boys are non-rich. You see, here as per the rule of aversion, subjects remain same and predicate of the obverse is the contradictory of the obvertent. Here the subject of the obverse is boys and this aversion is boys. And the predicate of the obverse is the contradictory of the obvertent. Here is the rich and this is the non-rich. Then A proposition gives E. The aversion of A is E. Regarding the quantity, the A is the universal affirmative, E is the universal negative. A, the quantity of obverse is universal, so also the quantity of the obvertent. Obvertent is universal, obverse is also universal. Regarding the quality of obverse becomes the opposite of the obvertent. Obvertent is affirmative, so obverse is negative. This is the opposite. Quantity is remain same and quality is the opposite. When obvertent is affirmative, the obverse is negative. Then distribution of terms. A proposition distributes subject term only, universal affirmative proposition distributes subject only, universal negative proposition distributes both subject and predicate term. Here boys is distributed both boys and men. Here the subject term is distributed the obverse which is distributed in the overtent. There is no violation of any conversion rules. Then E proposition. E, no, S is P, no A, all, S is non-P, no, men are perfect, all, men are non-perfect. Overtent of E proposition, no S is P, A all S is non-P. No men are perfect, all men are non-perfect. Here the subject, the obverse is same as the overtent, same as the overtent. The predicate of obverse is the contradictory of the overtent. Regarding the quantity of overtent is universal. The quantity of obverse is also universal. Here E is means universal negative, A means universal affirmative. Both obverse and overtent both are universal propositions. Regarding the quantity, the quality, the overtent is negative, so obverse is affirmative. As per the rules of aversion, the quality of the obverse is the opposite of the overtent. When overtent is negative, obverse becomes affirmative. When universal negative is overtent is universal negative, obverse is universal affirmative. The aversion of E proposition is A, universal affirmative. The universal negative, overtent is universal negative, obverse is universal affirmative. Obverse of E is A. Then I proposition. Some S is P, some S is non-P. Some students are rich, some students are non-rich. Here the subject of the obverse is same as the overtent. Here the subject of the obverse is student, overtent is also students. The predicate of the overtent obverse is the opposite of the overtent. Here the predicate of the obverse is overtent is rich and predicate of the obverse is non-rich. This is the contradictory of the overtent opposite. Now the quality of obverse is the opposite of the overtent. Overtent is affirmative. I proposition means this is particular affirmative. Quantity is particular and quality is affirmative. Here the quality of the obverse is opposite of the overtent. Here when the overtent is affirmative, the obverse must be negative. Here the overtent is affirmative, obverse is also negative. Quantity of obverse is same as the overtent. Both overtent and obverse are same proportion in quantity, because it is overtent is particular affirmative and obverse is particular negative. Regarding distribution of terms, I proposition distribute neither subject nor predicate. O proposition distribute only predicate term. Here in the obverse only non-P or the predicate term is distributed, which is the contradictory with the overtent. Oh, this is not the same proposition, this is not the same term. Here rich is not same as the non-rich. rich is different from non-rich. Then rich is different from non-rich. Then non-rich is a different term. So there is no violation of any aversion rules. No rule is violated in this case. Then come to O proposition. Some S is not P. Some S is non-P. Some boys are not intelligent. Some boys are non-intelligent. Some S is not P, some S is non-P. You see that the difference between not P and non-P. Here non-P is the contradictory of the P. Non-intelligent is the contradictory of intelligent. But here this proposition, this O proposition is negative proposition. Here I proposition is affirmative proposition. Here the copula is negative, is not. But here the copula is affirmative. So this is a affirmative proposition and this is a negative proposition. The subject of the obverse is same as the overtent. Here the subject is same and the predicate is the contradictory of the overtent. And the quantity of the obverse is same as the overtent. Here the overtent is particular, obverse is also particular. And quality, the quality of overtent is negative, but the quality of obverse is affirmative. This is particular negative proposition. O proposition is a particular negative proposition, and I proposition is a particular affirmative proposition. The quality of obverse is the opposite of the overtent. Overtent is negative, whereas the obverse is affirmative. Then regarding the distribution of terms, this is O proposition. O proposition distributes predicate term. I proposition distributes neither subject nor predicate. Here there is no violation of any aversion rules. So the aversion of O becomes I. This is all about the aversion. Let us see we can summarize. The aversion of A becomes E, aversion of E becomes A, aversion of I is O, aversion of O is I. These are the aversions. But there is a fallacy, there is a mistake in aversion, that is called the fallacy of aversion, what we call the material aversion. That is called the material aversion. That is called the material aversion. Material aversion. Material aversion is an incorrect. This is an incorrect form of aversion. Material aversion is an incorrect form of aversion. In case of aversion, we are making the subject become same and predicate of the averse is a contradictory of the overtent. But in case of material aversion, the subject and predicate, both the averse of subject and predicate of the averse is either contrary or contradictory of the subject or predicate of the overtent. For example, we can say light is pleasant. Therefore, darkness is painful. Here, this is overtent and this is averse. The overtent is light is pleasant. The averse is darkness, therefore darkness is painful. Here, the subject is the opposite. The subject and the predicate both are just opposite terms. Here light and darkness. Here pleasant and unpleasant, or it is painful. Either it is contrary or contradictory of the subject and predicate. This is all about material aversion, that is called the fallacy of aversion. Thank you. This is all about aversion. In the next class, we will discuss about the mediate syllogism. Thank you. Thank you so much.